Hello, and welcome to Aviation 101 with Laura. You guys who've been watching this channel for a while, you know I'm a big av geek person and I love data. And today's world is very data driven. So if you do not know what ACARS is, I would encourage you to pause and watch my video about ACARS before you keep watching, because I explain what ACARS really is and a little bit about how it works. Essentially, it's text messaging for aircraft that existed way before text messages for like phones, where dispatchers and the pilots could send each other messages. Aircraft are able to send important automated messages like what time they left the gate, what time they took off, what time they're landing. The pilots can make all kinds of requests, and it's actually evolved to be also pilot controller data link through ACARS. Okay, why am I explaining all that? Because it's been made aware to me from various sources now that ACARS is available all over the internet, publicly available, basically from people who are just downloading this data, capturing it, and then reposting it. So it's both very interesting to me as a dispatcher, but also sometimes a little bit concerning to me, honestly, from a privacy type of standpoint. So I'll just give you some examples, and you can follow these websites if you like. I don't know. What do you think about it? Put it in the comments. But the first one I found is interesting is ACARS Drama. This one seems a little bit like slightly sketchy, not super sketchy, but more like we're trying to find weird stuff in the ACARS. So we're just sorting it for you and finding interesting stuff. And so if you look at some of these type of examples, they are filtering them for you. Like, you know, good afternoon, could you please advise maintenance we will have an open right up on arrival to gate 32, no big deal, reattach auto brake knob, thanks, from an Embraer 175. Okay. Or other things, unexpected rain shower. Okay. Sometimes it's actually some interesting things on here. Got cross flow pump caution message in flight, monitoring fuel balance, so far so good, we'll keep you posted. CRJ 900. Again, I don't know, and if you like click on this, you can get a little bit more information about where it came from, and then like please follow QRH, maintenance control has been advised. I'm assuming DM is probably the dispatcher. So yeah, interesting. Okay, so if you want a little bit more of a searchable database that is going in real time, and I'll actually open it in a new tab so you can see. If I go down just slightly, this is like crazy how much data is coming in as I'm recording this. All kinds of uplink, downlink, position reporting. Some of it is text, some of it plain text, some of it is just people getting ATIS requests. They come by here, you'll see them. There goes one right there of an ATIS request. Okay, and so it's a vast amount of data. I can actually pause this and look at it, but I can also create an account at this one. This is app.airframes.io, and I can go in here and search. And so I went in to do historical messages and just decided to search for text search for dispatcher. And there's all sorts of information here. Like here we have a whole information from, looks like a Delta flight, Tampa to LaGuardia, and a whole fuel burn, alternate reserve, contingency, minimum fuel on arrival. Okay, here's where I'm kind of like with the whole privacy thing. Eventually, it gives like dispatchers' names and what desk that they are at. And you can see all kinds of information like, thank you for your PIREP, glad you are under burn. Okay, so this is from a dispatcher. I don't know what company this one's from. But yeah, so the point is, if you're searching for this data, I just want you guys to be aware, if you're a dispatcher, I can read like anything you put in here, and it is a little concerning. You know, if I do a text search instead for PAX for passengers, most of it's kind of benign, like passenger counts and such. But I actually found in here like various passenger names about connecting flights where these people are seated in these certain seats. This is a whole load sheet from some airline of what passengers are in here and what gate or in what seat zone and whatever. But like, for example, this is another interesting little search, ACARSHub.app, which purports to sort it for you to give you alerts. And here's an interesting one. Flight attendants have a passenger they had to cut off from alcohol. They'd like to give a heads up for her connecting flight just to have her eval'd. And then we even have their name and what flight they're going on and what seat they're in. So this is funny. F coffee maker leaking when brewing. 16 F seatbelt has chocolate candy and insert just needs cleaning. Okay, from a 737-800. This one's a little bit more de-identified, so I'm not really sure like what airline it's coming from or whatever. But some of this is just like this one. This one, app.airframes.io. This is like completely unfiltered. So if you're sending messages with ACARS, you're a flight crew, you're a dispatcher, please be aware it's totally publicly available. Do with it what you will. Look at it if you want to, but be careful with what you're putting out there on ACARS. So thanks for watching from Aviation 101 with Laura. If you guys want more content, subscribe. Check out my website. I'm actually wearing my special shirt today. ATC is not equal to dispatch. Yeah, you can buy this shirt. I have mugs available, and I have a whole bunch of airline interview prep courses that will help you if you're a dispatcher or a pilot interviewing for the first time, especially at some of the regionals. Check it out on my website, www.aviation101withlaura.com, and have a fantastic day. And let me know in the comments, what do you guys think? Should ACARS be public or should it not? Bye.